I can't. It's too big. Said that, she did. Anakin, I'm having a kid with Padme. Obi-Wan, that's against the Jedi code. Anakin, hey, how's Satine's nephew? Obi-Wan, listen here, you little shut. Keeping a low profile on Tatooine after Order 66. Wearing Jedi robes every day of your life, and keeping the last name Kenobi. Me when people say the US and Van feel out of place in Star Wars? That's the point, Sergeant. Remember that time Padme and Elrond danced AWOLs and then took down a fascist government? What? We couldn't find the plans. Mon dude, where are the plans? I have what? What do you have? I have the high ground. Oh duck you dude. What did Obi-Wan do? Tell the whole galaxy. I need him. He's too dangerous to be left alive. I need him. Trump's bill took away Padme's health insurance. On the one hand, civic activism. On the other hand, individual heroism. May the 4th remind you what could have been. Because people bitched so hard about the prequels. The mouse wiped these stories out, and you got what you got, and I do mean you, because I haven't seen any of it, except the last fight from the last episode of Obi-Wan. In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you are under arrest. Few minutes later, he has control of the Senate and the court. He's too dangerous to be left alive. The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities. Not just many abilities, but woman-y abilities, and children-y abilities too. Join us so we can liberate the Outer Rim from corporate tyranny. Republic citizens. Join us so we can gain our tax revenues back. Don't tell me, you're from outer space. No, I'm from Corellia. I only work in outer space. Not bad for trash. What about for a Jedi? Is there a difference? Release the files. These are not the files you are looking for. These are not the files you are looking for. Bring my shuttle. Kindly rouse my magnificent celestial behemoth, the Star Destroyer, and instruct its crew to engage in a frenzy of meticulous preparations in eager anticipation of my imminent and most illustrious arrival upon this grand vessel of imperial grandeur. Solo, we'll figure it out. We'll use AI. That's not how AI works. The Rebel Alliance after episode 5. Are you two friends? Hera, no. Lando, yes. Find a spouse who looks at you the way Mon Mothma looks at Admiral Akbar. I can assure you I mean you no harm. Who are you? Who is but the form following the function of what, and what I am, is a man in a mask. Well, I can see that. Of course you can. I'm not questioning your powers of observation. I'm merely remarking upon the paradox of asking a masked man who he is. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? No. I'm not really a fan of country music. I once had a real name so long ago. I don't remember. Now I'm called Dennis. Sleever Empire's homeworld is chock full of mutants, institutionalized narco networks. Chancellor follows the wrong religion. David Tennant as the 14th Doctor. Ian McDiarmid as resurrected Palpatine. Bringing them back was controversial, but they still did a damn good job. New Lego set. I got you a new Lego set. From China. It's Galaxy Conflict. Check out the Weather Warriors. Really? It's just as good. If Ben had become obsessed with his grandmother instead of his grandfather, I will finish what you started. Palpatine spammed the duck out of Force lighting. Millennium Falcon. 1,000-year-old bird. Star Wars fans, when they go more than 5 seconds without talking about how much they hate the sequels. Star Wars prequel fans. Star Wars sequel fans. Star Wars Rebels fans. Argentina after winning the World Cup. Messi. When you got a solve a groovy mystery at 6 o'clock, but destroy a rebel base at 6:30, and I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those meddling kids. This if I would put Lego Star Wars sets, if I had one. We are just clones, sir. We are meant to be expendable. Lego Star Wars fans, not to me. I heard he killed them all, not just the men. but the women and the children too. What happened to Captain Solo after Leia thawed him out? He became carbon neutral. When you say hello there, but your friend responds with R2D2 beeps instead of General Kenobi, it is acceptable. We're watching Lord of the Rings. No broke I am. Put my children in a human trafficking ring, I must make a profit. I did. If you recognize these clones, then you deserve a veteran's discount. General Grievous in the Clone Wars. General Grievous in the Clone Wars 2003. General Grievous in Revenge of the Sith. Dealt battle. Frontman versus Kylo Ren. It's over, Shin. I have the high ground. You underestimate my power. Don't try it, Shin. Lego. When do we get to make a Star Wars collectible minifigure series? Disney. That's the neat part, you don't. When you're supposed to be General Kenobi, but you're replaced with General Grievous. Visible confusion. I used to hate facial hair, but it grew on me. My friends don't like you. My dad, I don't care. I don't like you either. Why do I hear boss music? Mom, can we get The Mandalorian on Disney Plus? Mom, we have The Mandalorian at home. The Mandalorian at home. George Lucas explaining how he made Star Wars Episode 1. Started making it. Had a breakdown. Bon appetit. The Empire in The Mandalorian spends tons of money in making super robot soldiers. Luke enters a ship and destroys every droid. The Empire. Rebel health insurance doesn't cover severed hands. No. It's true. All of it. What's true? We don't talk about Bruno. Sudden urge to dart. Me in an elevator full of people. When girls go to the bathroom, always bite till they go. No more no less. Star Wars franchise reacting to Gina Carano starting her own franchise. Who are you? I was expecting Anakin Skywalker. Oh my. That is the worst sunburn I have ever seen. Inside a torn. How warm is it? Lukewarm. How did Mace die in Star Wars? Through the window. Only Sith deal in absolutes. Maroon 5. And she will be loved. Dear Disney Plus. How the heck did you make 2 whole seasons of The Mandalorian in Atmos sound without the sound of one single thermal imploder? You should all be ashamed of yourselves. He can see things before they happen. It's a Jedi tray. I think Chancellor Palpatine is a Sith Lord. I attack George Lucas. I garrus him because I didn't like the prequels. George Lucas sells Star Wars to Disney. George Lucas sells Star Wars to Disney. I sense much fear in you. I'm Hernando, and I'm scared of nothing. I'm George. I make the spackle. People. Becoming an Imperial officer. The constant risk of dealt by being force choked. When your custom character appears in a cutscene. Crewmate. There is one imposter among us. Luke, I'm your father. Worst dad joke ever. When you, an introvert, have extrovert friends that come to save you from a night of sitting at home by yourself. Congratulations. You are being rescued. Please do not resist. Behold Simba, the legacy of Star Wars. But what's that shadowy place over there? Disney. Want to know my most unusual experience? You do. Yoda, can I interest you in some green eggs and ham? When I realize all my good Star Wars memes were made when I didn't have an account. And then I realize I can just find them and add them to my account. Nobody. General Grievous. I just think they are neat. I just finished watching so you paid for Disney Plus, right? This week on Undercover Imperial Rheumatologist. I've seen your immune system, and it is stupid. May is Lupus Awareness Month. When my friend makes a dad joke, I find your lack of humor quite disturbing. Indeed. Magnificent. So how are we paying for this again? In one standard month, the First Order will collapse. Not due to war or secession, but because it lacks the infrastructure to support itself. How does Darth Vader like his toast? On the dark side? Mother hits teenage daughter with flip-flop from impossibly long distance. I've seen raw strength only once before. Pentagon, hexagon, octagon, Keygon. I've learned I'm quite the ladies man from Facebook. Now if you'll excuse me, I need to put on my Star Trek dress uniform and play with my Star Wars figures. I find your lack of good LEGO Star Wars content saddening. Hello there, General Kenobi, you are a bold one. Coming here with only one weapon. Unlike you, I have some spares. Me after my friend gets my Star Wars quiz wrong. My friend. When you go to Kamino to ask the locals about a bullet and realize they built you a clone army on the request of some Jedi who's been dead for 10 years. Anakin. Start panicking. I don't have a planakin. Jar Jar. You sackle me, you're the worst Star Wars character. Okay boomer. Even the dinosaur Jurassic movies dislike Jar Jar. When you're in the middle of something, but your mom insists you stop and take a picture. R2-D2 never got a medal for the attack on the Death Star, but nobody worries about upsetting a droid. Back in my day, Darth Vader being Luke's father was a twist. How it looks, how it feels. One does not simply find out if Chancellor Palpatine is a Sith Lord without spying on him first. I'm inevitable, I'm all the Sith, and I am Iron Man. And I am all the Jedi. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did. We are keepers of the peace, not soldiers. It's critical we send an attack group there immediately. Ironic. Kids, violence is never the answer. New fans who've only watched episode 7, 8, 9. Literally anyone who's seen the prequels or original trilogy. Rey is the best Jedi out of all. Dadak. Star Wars fans, after seeing what the franchise has become, I know likely it's never going to go back to what it once was, and it's a terrible disappointment, folks. It really is. I bet he's thinking of other women. How did the Death Star move in space with no obvious thruster engines? Therapist, Roblex Nihilus isn't real. He can't hurt you. Roblex Nihilus. So, I'm more of a first act mini boss, and I'm probably going to get killed off soon, and I want you to replace me. Fresh. Here's the plan. You're gonna look cool, but be useless, and get eaten by the Sarlacc. Come again. But, it'll be all mysterious and there'll be lots of fan speculation about your return. Okay. And your return will be kicking ace in a badass Mandalorian series that leads to your own badass Godfather-esque series. Sweetness. Let's do it. Can we just take a moment to appreciate the fact that Lucas named this character Piggy Porkins? You are a battle droid on General Grievous' ship. You realize that the Republic is probably going to attack. You realize the Republic knows where you are. You hear someone yell Republic gunships just exited from hyperspeed. Karen gives a long presentation on why to not wear masks. Me. Amazing. Every word of what you've just said is wrong. When you have $1 left in your checking account 3 days before payday. Hear me, baby. Hold together. When I find those Jedi, I'll tie a sheep shank on their bedsheet bits. My brain thinking of memes during school. Unlimited power. My brain thinking of memes anytime else. I'm too weak. Yoda, sense a dark presence I do. Shrouded by the dark side this room is. Palpatine. Sir, you've been in a coma for months. I can't wait to go to the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel. You pick the music. Me, cranks the Phantom Menace soundtrack. First, Darth Maul miraculously survives being cut in two. Now, Boba Fett escaped the Sarlacc desert monster. What does it take for a bad guy to stay dead in this galaxy? The rest of the class. The kid who reminded the teacher about the homework. George Lucas, I'm gonna make a movie saga called Star Wars. Everybody, you'll make it in chronological order, right? In order, right? But your dreams of Padme dying, I can help you. Wait, how would you know about my dreams? Well, Obviously, I gave you those dreams. Oh great. Oh, you are so busted. People in 2019 watching The Rise of Skywalker find out Rey's a Palpatine, and no one cares. People in 1980 watch The Empire Strikes Back find out Luke is a Vader's son, and everyone loses their minds. When you cancel Spotify every time the free trial ends, and make a new account, so you don't have to pay unlimited power. Yo dog, we heard you liked spoilers. So we put a spoiler on your spoiler, so you can spoil while you spoil. Darth Vader is Luke's father. Me and the boys reuniting after the Padmetic. When you need a photo with the crew first, before annihilating the Jedi. Star Wars, The Force Awakens. Battle of the Planets, Gravity wakes up. Who would win? The master with the best cut screen. Disney's overrated mascot with a giant key. Star Wars 9 and the trailers. The actual movie. Nobody. Me going up the stairs as a kid. Teacher, what are you laughing about? Me, nothing. My brain. The Ugandalorian. This is Dadwy. So, am I a member of the Jedi Council? A member you are, of course. But not a Jedi Master. You were the chosen one. It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them. Obi-Wan Kenobi, sad harmonica solo. Join me in the dark roast, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son. Isn't trying like a good thing? Participation trophies for Jedi there are not. When your friend embarrasses you in front of your crush. I hate it when he does that. Jokes around with Princess Leia. Forced to resign from Imperial Senate. For the last time, I'm not taking you to that Nickelback concert. You know it wasn't a bad concert. Me trying to sleep. Many dogs barking because of fireworks. Is it possible to learn this power? I'm the only human who can do it. Why didn't George Lucas make the sequel trilogy? It would have been far better. The entire Star Wars fandom. Me saying that The Rise of Skywalker was pretty good. For the aging Star Wars fans, an Imperial Walker. That was your father's lightsaber. The same lightsaber he used to murder 30 children. Which could have been prevented with lightsaber control laws and the confiscation of all lightsabers in the galaxy. Why are they called Star Destroyers if they can't destroy stars, but the Death Star can? Me when someone says Star Wars is bad. Ding dong, your opinion is wrong. Discovering a boy with a higher than average midi-chlorian count. Kegon, wouldn't that make you the chosen one? My friend, no, I'm not going to watch The Force Awakens with you. It's bad. Me, traitor. I wish to speak with your manager. I warn you not to underestimate my anger. The Star Wars sequels don't snack. They are not as good as the originals, but better than the prequels. Luke Skywalker, Luke Skyrunner. If I had a nickel for every time someone says they hate the Star Wars prequels, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Man trades baby for 15 Big Macs. Your tactics confuse and frighten me, sir. When I saw this, have you modified your uniform? Perhaps slightly, pockets, piping, and some light tailoring. All I could think of was this. There's been no one for so long. Who are you? I'm Rey. Rey who? Rey Skywalker. Asked. Me seeing no beach troopers on Scarif when I watch Rogue One. I keep having dreams about the Phantom Menace, where Obama is Darth Maul. Please help. Excuse me, what the heck? Who would win? Clone Force 99. Clone Force 66. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Taka, former leader of the Lion Guard? No, I thought not. It's not a story the Pride Landers would tell you. It's a forbidden story. Darth Vader, we can destroy planets with the Death Star. Darth Nihilus with the ability to eat planets. Pathetic. So what order did you give them? Order 66. Sensing an opportunity to exploit a new market, Steve Jobs comes up with the iForce, as in I will force you to buy an iPhone. Marvel. Star Wars. Blaming the fans. If there were 3D holograms for private viewing, they would not be used to send messages for help. I'm so cute and lovable. My beer, cold. Teacher, what are you laughing at? Me, nothing. My brain. Luke, come to the dark side. Being a powerful force user attempting to make the galaxy a better place with your son. Yes, you accidentally killed your wife as you were too much into being with her. No. What are the Mario brothers' views on Star Wars? Mario says, Star Wars is a great franchise for anyone to enjoy, no matter the trilogy. Luigi says, the sequel trilogy is trash that was made for cash. When your headset is broken, and all your buddies randomly start shooting the Jedi. Light sword, lightsaber, flashlight, lightsaber, laser sword. Me, any female Star Wars fan. Me, any female Star Wars fan. Girls, boys will never know what true sadness is. Boys, no matter how hard I try, I will never turn this guy's helmet. Star Wars canon, the only powers Jedi have are the ones shown in episodes 1 to 6 in the Clone Wars. Disney, impossible. Perhaps the archives are incomplete.